They say this is a big rich town.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of the Binge Podcast with me, Kene. I'm here with Joey and Kamara. Fortunately, no Ben today, but you know what? He's here in spirit. Shout out to you, Ben. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We good, man. We good. You know, it's been a long week, but we're here. Got an exciting episode today as well.
Very
Quite looking forward to it, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good. Thank God it's Friday. But by the time you listen to this, it won't be Friday. So that's all I got.
Unless you listen to it on a Friday.
Yeah, well, if you listen on a Friday, well, happy Friday to you.
That's that.
Exactly.
How are you guys feeling with the shorter days and the longer nights?
It's weird, man. Like, so now, yeah, I'm going to bed a lot later. But my whole thing is, I was out the other day and it was like 5:30 and it was dark, like pitch black. And I was thinking, oh my day, in my heart, I felt like it was like 8. And I was thinking, no, I need to get home. But yeah, I just find it weird, man. But winter is here. Shout out Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
I think the best thing about it is you don't have to leave your house at the crack of dawn to get to work, if you're still working from home, that is. Like,
True.
I wake up and it's daylight, at least. Like,
True.
Because that is depressing. Like, every time it's winter, I forget what winter's like. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, it is a bit like every time I look outside, it's raining and it's just grey, and it's just like, what is life?
It's so windy as well. I was sitting in my car and my car was rocking. I was thinking, bruv, what is this? So scary.
Oh man.
But yeah, today we got a really good episode that we've been itching to do. Like, we love this show so much. We've been riding from day one. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Insecure, which is just one of the best shows of modern day. If I did, like,
Insecure in the house, in the building, 1, 2, 3 in the Insecure.
Okay. Taking it back to the 2000s.
We got it.
Definitely.
It's
Nah, listen, this
era.
is lit.
Great.
Definitely lit. So how are we kicking off?
Okay, if anyone doesn't know, which I don't understand, if you don't know, then I don't know where you've been in it. But let's just give a little insight on Insecure, which is based on, I think it's like a light story on Issa Rae's story, if that makes sense. Main character is Issa D. They live in California. Her best friend Molly, and we start off her boyfriend Lawrence, who she's been with for 5 years. And we just take it from there. Season 1, she's working at a youth outreach organization called We Got Y'all, with these kids in schools who need that extra help. You know, her boyfriend isn't working; he's just couch potato in it.
He's a bum.
I don't know if he's bum. I just feel like he's going through a phase of like, I don't know how to live life, innit?
Finding himself.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
That was it. Because obviously you have to remember he had this whole app idea, and it was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna build an app and blah blah blah. But then, yeah, like he didn't want any other job, kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, when you hold on to a dream, but you don't really push pursuing it. You're just like, but I'm gonna do it, but you don't do it in a couple of years. That was Lawrence. So yeah, that relationship was very sour. Like, Issa was just out there working and he was just at home in the apartment on that dirty couch that they had. And then Issa's best friend Molly was shining at a law firm. She's a really career driven person, so she was out here getting money, doing really good in that aspect. Personally, she wasn't really settling. She was just out here whole phase.
Alteration.
She was enjoying herself, you know, no shaming. She was enjoying herself.
The streets had her. That was it.
It was for the streets for that time.
That's it. That's it.
That was Molly for you. So yeah, that's where we start off. What were you guys' first impressions of these characters, our three main characters?
To be honest, right? I was like, I liked, what do you call it? Is it the aesthetics of
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence and Issa? So when they were together, it looked good, and I thought, yeah, this is good. You know, season one, opening the program, a strong black couple. They're together, like it's good. But then when I found out Lawrence was a bum, I was like, okay, please tell me this show does not make him a drug dealer or like a rapper or
Amen.
something like that. And it
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And I'd have to say I was quite satisfied with that. But yeah, I mean, Molly, Molly. I don't really know what to say about Molly. I feel like Molly is an accomplished woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like in season one, she's kind of just enjoying herself.
100%.
Like she's got the job patterned, she's doing well, she's got peas, she don't need a man. Like she's on a vibe where it's like, let me just enjoy well kind of vibe. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I
Yeah.
really did like season one.
Like you said,
But
it's a relief like to see them in a different light because we're so tired of seeing like black people in gangs or trying to be rappers and
Mhm.
coming from broken homes and stuff like that. Like it was just normal people living. So that was refreshing, and I think it was nice to see different types of people because obviously these are in their late 20s, and people think by your late 20s you got life sorted out. Joke. So it was good to see like even though money was accomplished, there was something lacking personally. Like Issa as well was doing her thing, but also her relationship was just mad. And then Lawrence was still trying to find himself. So it was really refreshing at first. Like I really liked it. I think it caught me because it was like, oh, rah, different. It's different.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think, like you said, like we have these three different characters with three different personalities that are all very different, but at the same time, they share something and they're all black and young. And it's like they're living life as we all do as young black professionals. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just good to see it in that light and see it from a different perspective because we always see it as the angry black woman or, you know, just the typical stereotypes. So it was good to see it in a different light. And like what Joel said, um, we start off with this nice black couple, strong and mighty, and then yeah, that just. But yeah, we move, innit? We move.
Yeah, got a bit techie still.
It was that struggle love, man. You know when you're with someone and you're like, better days are to come.
Wow,
But those better days
wow.
didn't come in this situation. Like she was trying to hold him down, but
Yeah,
maybe he was depressed. Who knows?
I feel like they didn't really give us much context of why he was at that point when we started off. So we don't
Mhm.
actually know. There may have been so many things that could have been happening at that time that we won't ever know. We're just kind of introduced as Lawrence is the bum and
Mhm.
this is out here working for we got y'all, but she only black in the company, and you know her ideas are getting shot down. So I
Yeah.
think it's like you get a bit of everything. You get the bit of the office politics, working in the office, being the only black person, or even being the only black female
Female,
in the
yeah.
office. Then you get yeah, you get the same thing for Molly as well because she was the only at the time, and I think in season one she's the only black female lawyer at the time, which I don't think we even mentioned that she's a lawyer, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's
just like
true. And it's a reflection of what people really do go through, like ourselves. We all experience this in this corporate kind of world where you have to kind of not try fit in, but you have to kind of like hold back your true
mhm.
blackness, shall I say, like the way Molly was showing it. Um, and it's interesting because she was so good at her job, but it just kind of looked like she still had to force this like professional version of herself in that environment, which is long.
Yeah,
It's long.
100%. And this is the thing, it's everyday problems as well, man. Like
Mhm.
I bet you there are so many people that listen to this that have to put on their work voice when they're in the office, and they have to have, that work voice.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're on the phone, it'll be like, hello, yes, excellent, thank you. And then when you hang up, you're like, oh, fam.
In it.
It just switches. But
Do you
I
know what's
liked it.
funny? You know when you have to
Mm.
send an email, but you have to still have the wet voice in the email? When someone asks you for something, you've replied like 100 times, and you're like,
Oh,
as I said in the previous email, like
Yeah.
instead of saying bruv, I already said it, and look back and see what I've said, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, I can't lie. 100, because in my heart, I'm saying, I want to reply, go and read the flipping email, bruv. But you know the ones where it's like, hi, hope you're well. Please refer to my email earlier.
and you'll be saying, please refer to that bloody email before, and they still don't get it. That's
Innit?
what just gets on my nerves. Like,
It's so
literally,
mad.
you have to
So-
put on
Yeah.
your nice voice in the office.
It's long.
So
It's
it's
long.
100% relatable.
It was hard,
Mhm.
but you know what? Like, she was still doing the job by the end of the day, and I guess that's why she was there. But yeah, like you said, Issa as well was having these same issues, and the funny thing is, like, Issa wasn't even in that kind of setting, but it was the same type of like hostile environment.
Yeah.
And this woman was working with like disadvantaged young people. Like, it wasn't even like she needed to be in that kind of position. Like, she just needed to be herself. Issa's the most like easygoing person, I think, in the whole thing.
Yeah, because I can't lie. If Issa was really how Issa is, if that makes sense, because obviously the character Issa is called Issa. Fam, I would love her to be my friend. I can't lie, because she is just good vibes, good energy. She's on banter, and not only do you get Issa, but you also get the Issa that comes in the mirror as well, fam.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that, bruv. Issa is a rapper at heart. Like, he looks at themselves in the mirror like every morning and raps to himself to prep
Bruv.
himself for the day.
I feel like everyone kind of does that. Maybe not on her level, but you look in the mirror, like, even if you're like, you look in the mirror and be like, look, if Karen talks to me anyhow, like, and you gas yourself up. But then obviously when you go to the office, innit, like, you have to pipe down, and like, you gotta be normal.
Yeah, you switch.
But
That's it.
I mean, like, I feel like that's one part I absolutely love about Issa. Like, it's just it's the mirror antics that she'll be talking to herself. I think even later on, we'll probably touch on this later, but there's an episode where she talks in the mirror, and her mirror self is like, Nabi, you can't do this. And
the
she's
mirror
like,
talks to her. Yeah. Like, it's an outlet, in it, of everything that she's going through. But then, okay, so as the story's moving on, she gets like a message from an ex. Is he a boyfriend or a situationship?
Daniel, situationship. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can't lie. I didn't rate this. But
it
go
was a
on.
hey
Go
big
on,
head
Jide.
moment. Like, it was the worst, because it was like Issa was already like, she was tired of Lawrence not doing anything, and she just saw it and she was like, do you know what? Let's go see him. Let's see what he's got to say. Blah 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 blah. Big rookie mistakes.
Big mistake. You never go and see your ex when you and your current are in a bad way. Like, come on, man.
Honestly, like, textbook. Like, you don't do that. So then he's in this music thing. Let's just. He's in this music thing. And then he invites her to this open mic event, and she goes with Molly. Molly as well. Like, she just used to go along with everything back in the day, innit? But she was a best friend, so she was probably staying in her lane. Like, she ain't gonna say too much at first. And then they go to the open mic thing, and Issa ends up on the stage. Like, I don't even remember how she ended up on the stage, but she was there, and she started. It was basically throwing shots at Molly.
What? Wait, was she?
Yeah, like the broken pussy was about Molly.
Oh, snap! I didn't know that.
It was about Molly.
But did Molly deep that though? Did Molly know?
I feel like Molly felt some type of way, but it wasn't. I think that it kind of triggered something.
Oh, to make her go out on her rotation.
Yeah. Because Molly, she liked to take things to heart like that. So
of course.
So yeah, and then someone's recording it, and we're in the day and age of internet. It blows up.
Goes viral.
Yep, everybody sees it, including the kids that she works with at the high school, who just make fun of her. They make memes about her, like they're quoting her. It's just a whole mess. Biggest nightmare, I think. I would hate if that happened to me.
Listen, I wouldn't be able to go back to work. I cannot lie to you. I would not go into work at all. That's it.
And teenagers are the worst with these kind of things.
Yeah, because they'll do some wild, like, start printing out pictures or like posting the video, and nah, it's just long. It's just long.
It was
It's
long
just
for
long.
her. And then in that moment as well, her and Daniel started talking about why didn't we work out and all that nonsense. Again, big mistake. But in the meantime, Lawrence was out here he got a job.
Our best hire.
Listen, first of all right, shout out Best Buy. You know, one thing me and Lawrence have in common, you know, we're in the tech field, but we did definitely work at Best Buy. Yeah, good times, very good times. But I mean, he's trying,
It's
right?
better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
Isn't it? Yeah. But that's where he met his brethren as well, no?
Yeah.
Oh, Tasha.
Yep.
Tasha, was she the bank clerk that he goes to the bank?
Like that. Yeah, she was working in finance. But I feel like she was interested from the get-go. Like
100.
100%.
You know, and you know, when you don't get it at home, you're gonna get it somewhere else. So
That's it. That's it. Work wife.
Exactly. But yeah, and then he was making the effort, and then I think it kind of made things better for Issa as well. But I forgot to even mention the part where when he was unemployed and it was her 29th birthday and he made zero plans and they had this fat argument, which is the reason why she went to the open mic. I forgot to say that in the beginning. But it was just a whole mess.
How would you guys feel if, you know, your guy's a bum, he ain't got a job, he ain't got no money, but it's your 29th birthday? Like, what would you at least expect him to? Obviously, he can't take you out for dinner because man ain't got no peas in it. But in fact, what would you lot expect?
Well,
the least that you can do, is at least make something at home. Draw me a card, something.
Well, like rice.
It's the effort, innit? Acknowledge that it's her birthday. Even if it's rice and stew, I don't know. But acknowledge that it's her birthday.
Innit? Just a quick, like, you can bake me a cake, go to the store, you can whip some stuff together. There's YouTube, there's Tasty in it. You search up Tasty, search up cake, and they'll make the cake. So either way, you know, you'll be able to do a little something. You can, like Kine said, you can draw a card because obviously you ain't got no money. So you know, you've got
to draw a card.
Cut out some paper from the notepad, draw a card. You can go to the shop with your little coins. You know, obviously everyone has a couple. You know, you have your little bucket of 1p and 2p. You go and exchange that, and you go and get me a cake. Like, you can do little something. Like, I'm not expecting you to do above and beyond, but you can do something. Acknowledge me. Even if you come home, you say, look, you know, I've heard these nice things that some people do. Like, you know, you might not have any money, so you could do I'm gonna create a voucher, and it's like 3 things. So like, you can give me a voucher and say, hugs, and you put the hugs. Yeah, you can do something. You can be inventive. Like, so if there's a way, there is a, you know, and it's a 29th, isn't it? Like, that's nearly hitting 30. That's the last year of your 20s. So that's a big deal.
Do you not think it's a big deal, Joey?
I mean, I do. I can't lie, I do, because it's effort. Like you lot said, it's effort that counts. So obviously, where you're not taking her to Hakkasan or Novikov or nothing like that, or what else did the kids say? Oh, you're not getting her the Birkin, you know, all them things. I mean, you can at least get her like a young cupcake, or like, you know, bake a cake, make dinner. A candlelit dinner don't really cost much.
Exactly.
And to be honest, if there's always rice at home, all you need to do is cook rice and then have some salad cream on the side and then a candle in the middle, and we're lit. Like,
salad cream.
That's it.
Ooh, the ghetto.
The ghetto.
That's it, bro. You know, if you want, you can have a little entree of corn, you know.
Wow.
Just some sweet corn on the side. Wow. But yeah, no, I can't lie. I didn't rate that. And I do feel like I feel like he was just in his own emotions
Mhm.
because you know how it is. Like when, well, you guys don't know how it is because you're not guys, but for guys, sometimes there's some guys that might get in their feelings if they're not making money or if they feel like they're a bum, they'll just not be on anything and that's it. So I feel like he was just in his bumminess,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Well, he was
No.
just being a bum because he was a bum because he had no money. So
Basic-
he's basically living up
basically.
to the bummish ways.
Basically.
And it's mad because
So
she was in a relationship for 5 years with him, so it wasn't even like a get up and go because you're not doing anything kind of thing.
yeah, like legit.
Like, so yeah, but long story short, she's friends with Daniel. They he invites her to a studio session. She goes to the studio session. Like, it's just, I think she just got carried away with Lawrence is not doing anything and this guy's giving me all the attention, but it wasn't the right type of attention. It was just attention.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then her and him are getting closer, but then things get better with Lawrence when he starts working. He plans a nice dinner, so he's making up for all of it. Everything's good, but she's still friends with Daniel, and then she goes to see him, and then bish bash bosh
See,
under the covers.
I didn't rate it because, like, boom, they've been together 5 years, yeah. And then when you cheat once, yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Everyone listening, please don't take this wrong. The first time is not excusable, but it happens once, right? If it happens again, there is no excuse in the world that you could use. The first time you can say, look, I was feeling low or whatever. But as I said, it's not an excuse.
Mhm.
But the second time, there's no leg to stand on. Like, I
Exactly.
didn't rate it. I did
No.
not rate it. Especially when Lawrence is in his low point.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He was at
Very
his
cheap.
low, at his very low, at the in the dirt. Like he was.
Mhm.
Let me just get a picture for you guys. Like he was at his lowest point. Just know that this was survival at this point. So I'm
No
just gonna
shape
get
up,
no
no
shape
money
up.
in the bank.
Look, he's smelling a bit. He's smelling a bit. So
Yeah, he was.
like, whew, life was hard.
It was, but it was no excuse. Like, that was the fat mistake. Like, I was so disappointed in her because I was actually rooting for her happiness in the beginning, and then she went and betrayed me and slept with Daniel. And boy, so maybe everything happens for a reason. Like, in hindsight, we know other things happen anyway. So yeah, and then wrapping up on this season, Issa has an event at work. She comes with Lawrence, and Daniel comes again. And then he's trying to tell her, listen, I'm not trying to be serious or nothing. I just wanted to know what it will be like. Da, 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 da. And Issa gets upset. Lawrence like he's watching from a distance and he's like, bruv, am I a mug? Like, how am I standing here?
Clearly.
Exactly.
Clearly.
He's like, am I a mug? And then the argument, they get into an argument, and then Lawrence confronts her, and it's all just a mess. And then he leaves, and that's the end of season 1, which I think she deserved.
Yeah, I can't lie. I thought that was kind of peak where she was obviously after he found out, she was calling him, and then he's like, yeah, like, well, after a couple days he replied, and he was like, yeah, like, do you know what? Yeah, let's sort this out. When you get back from your girls' trip, we'll sort this out. When she gets back, the flat is empty because man is gone.
I love that. I love that so much because he thought about it. Like, it was planned.
I would definitely do some shit like that. I can't lie.
I'd love to do that to someone. Like, you think that I'm just gonna forget it after you even told me? Like, it's just, yeah, season 2 was bad 'cause he was gone for bare long, and she was just like, Lawrence, hello, ring ring, hello.
Yeah.
And then I think even one point he was like, stop calling me.
Yeah, he did. But then
Probably he was enjoying, innit? He was enjoying the bachelor lifestyle.
Yeah,
exactly.
you think he was enjoying it, but really, is Lawrence that kind of guy?
Nah, he's not.
We all have that kind of guy in us, Sorry, ladies, to break
boy.
it to you, but we definitely all have that kind of guy in us. Sometimes he's active, sometimes he's not. It just
Well,
depends.
I guess you got to explore it to know. Well, I'm saying that like listen, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it just seemed like he needed to find himself again and just know. I mean, when you've been in a relationship for 5 years, the dating scene is mad different from 5 years before, and they're like,
Mhm.
it was like basically for the peak of their 20s. So he's out here and I guess it's just really different. There's apps now, there's like all of these ways of talking to people and hooking up really quickly. So yeah, I'm glad he did it though.
Yeah, he had to, man, because
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta live your life, man. Like,
And yeah, and
Issa
at this
did what
point
she did.
his app as well, he was trying to do the app thing for real.
Yeah.
So Lawrence did a whole 180 from season 1. Even there's a point where Molly's like bare angry at what's her name, when she finds out about the whole Daniel thing, I think, and she's like, you just love drama, don't you? Like always attracting drama. Move, like I'm stressed. I just lost my
Innit?
relationship.
Time.
Exactly.
ain't
This
the
is
time
not
for
the time.
This
Like
ain't the time.
I get being an honest friend, but you read the room.
Yeah. See, I feel like Molly's that kind of person though. She's that I told you so friend, or
Yeah.
she's that I'm gonna point out where you went wrong,
Yeah.
but it's her execution that's not right.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what
it's just raw. Like it's just like, why, bro? Like
That's what it
I'm
is.
in the middle of the crisis and you're telling me everything I've done wrong. It's the wrong time, man.
Yeah, like come with solutions. That's what it is.
Exactly.
That's
Come
it.
with solutions to the issues that I have. But the thing is, she's so quick to this. Okay, it's just going to show like I find Molly really annoying, but she's so quick to judge because in season 2, doesn't she start having an affair with one of her old friends that is married? So
Yeah.
to judge.
But you know what's
Man, like
mad?
Dro.
The
Man,
lies, yeah. Drew said that he was in an open marriage and his wife knew that he was sleeping with Molly.
exactly.
Bro,
I can't lie, I was convinced.
I
I
was
was convinced. He convinced me. I was convinced. So I know Molly was convinced.
I was,
He
I was
played
just
with her.
like, this is what marriage is these days, so it's okay, like fine, that's cool. And she was proper catching feelings with this guy,
Mm.
and she was like, I think it got to the point where she thought she didn't need therapy anymore because she was so comfortable in this relationship. These times, the guy's wife is like, "Excuse me, what?
Yep.
Whose husband? Open what?"
Hmm.
It was crazy. Like these people can lie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then
Can't
Lawrence
lie.
ends up in an accidental relationship with
Banker
the
Dasher.
girl. Yeah, what a headache. Like, you know when he tried to do a fling, but it was the wrong person, and then he got stuck.
I mean,
He's trying finesse and it goes wrong.
she
Yeah,
is
but
kind
then
of fine though, you know. She's kind of fine, you know. So
she was.
yeah, he was doing all right, but then
And
yeah,
she
he
was,
got caught.
yeah, she was his cheerleader. Like she was like, "You can do it. Do your app. You can
Mm-hmm.
do it. Like you're gonna do this." And he's just like, "Fam, you're still here." Like,
It's like, I thought I kicked you out in the morning, bro. Like, damn.
I got
like your
they're
Uber
laying in
driver.
the bed.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, Issa and Lawrence get closure. I think that's near to the end of the season,
well,
but they
yeah,
get some type of closure. And they
they
discussed what happened and like how did we get. I think it was more of a how did we get to that point where
yeah.
you decided to cheat, and it was more of just understand. I think it was more closure. I don't know if it was closure for. I feel like Issa felt better from the closure than Lawrence because Issa was just saying some whole truth. She was just saying some stuff, and it was just a bit like he's just like raw, like.
Yeah, because you have to. She had to get it off her chest, and I think she was also realizing what she was saying. It was
Yeah.
like I was carrying for the both of us. Like it was a lot. Like I think in that moment as well, she was also processing why she did what she did, and it made sense. I mean, I still don't condone it, but it was making sense, and I think it was something that he really needed to hear. Like it's a thing where it's not. It wasn't 100% his fault. I think it was just the
Yeah.
situation they were in was a lot.
Mm.
But I think first they had a really bad argument, and then they tried to sort it out.
Yeah.
It just again the thing they do best: bing bang boom.
That's it.
Like the
That's it.
chemistry is a lot. They're a good looking couple, I have to say.
Exactly. In this season, Issa leaves her job. So I think
Oh
she gets to the tether, she gets to the end of her tether and she realized, look, I'm bigger than this and I could be doing so much more. And I guess this is where she finds that, I guess Daniel in some sense helped her realize that she loves music and she wants to kind of do something with that, but still do something to bring with the community. So kind of, I guess when she was out, we gotcha, because I got to say it like that, we
Yeah.
gotcha. She was doing the community aspect, and she liked that. And I think
Yeah.
she was able to figure out, okay, well, I like music, I like this community thing, like helping the community and building up the community. What can I do? And I think that's where she decides to take the leap, and she leaves her job. But in the same time as that, in the same breath, I think her apartment that she was living in with Lawrence gets gentrified. So they
Yeah.
decide that they're going to move in you know, you guys should know what gentrification is. That's happening in Hackney quite a lot.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so if you don't know, educate yourself. But yeah, so in that case, that area was becoming gentrified, and they decided to evict her. So where does she go? She goes to Daniel's.
That is the most dumbest thing ever.
See, but I feel like she makes these
Dumbest, dumb.
critical errors, you
Mhm.
know, like these critical errors in life where it's just like, Issa, why, man? Like, think about what you're doing here. It don't make sense, yeah. Obviously, like, you smashed, you know, you ruined a whole 5-year relationship because of this guy, and then you go and get closure with Lawrence, and then you go and move in with Daniel, brother.
So
Come on.
dumb. So
Like, come on, where's your head at? Like, but I think it's because she must have thought she's in a new space, she got a new job, she's moved out of the apartment, Lawrence is no more. It's like a new life for her kind of vibe. But I swear he friend zones her.
he
Mhm.
does. That's the worst part of it all. Like, you're sleeping on his couch, and he's bringing the girls home. Like, this is the most awkward situation to ever be in.
No, because I was gonna say, so obviously we leave. I guess that we leave at the end of. I think we leave at the end of season 3. She's living with Daniel, so she ain't got no job.
2.
She ain't. Yeah, season 2. Yeah. She ain't got no job. She ain't got no man. She got no house. You know, life is really hard.
Yeah.
And then we start off with season 3, and I'm guessing this is where she starts to think of her festival idea, and she starts kind of leaping into that area. But we also get introduced, you know, it's her, she's always got a new man every season. So, and Molly, new man, new
Mhm.
season.
Mhm.
So we get introduced to Nathan and Andrew, new potential booze for
I love
both
that.
Molly and Issa.
Yeah. I like Andrew. It's just, I think Issa, because Issa was also going through that rotation at the beginning of this season, and she was enjoying
Mm-hmm.
herself compared to Lawrence. Like, she was able to do what she was doing. And then she meets Nathan when she's a Lyft driver?
I was just about to say that. Wasn't she lifting? And then he got in the car, and then she was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, he cute."
and she's
Oh,
Molly keeping her company on shifts. Imagine getting in an Uber and
guys,
the driver's best
I
friend.
can't lie. I didn't when you said a Lyft driver, I was thinking people don't drive the lifts. Lifts are automatic. Then I realized you meant Lyft as in like American Uber kind of vibe.
Yeah.
That okay, yeah. Yes, yes. That was banter. Oh my god, she
That
met
was,
so many people.
yeah, it was really good.
That was lit.
It was really well made, put together. Like, it was so funny to watch.
Mm,
But you know what? She went out there and she just she was grinding. She did what she had to do to survive, because you can't be staying
mm,
at Daniel's house forever.
mm-mm.
And the thing that broke my heart about the season is there was no Lawrence for a long time. And it
Yeah.
was just like, well, they're not together anymore, so he don't serve no purpose in the story. And it's like, oh, but we care. Like, we want to know what he's doing.
Exactly. Like walk out for
Yeah.
Lawrence. Is he down in the dumps?
You
Is
know what?
he alive or well?
It's like, you know, when you have a friend that has a partner that you really get on with, and then they break up, and it's like,
I
so
wonder
we
how he
can't be
is. I
friends.
wonder how she
Yeah,
is.
it's like, so
Did
we ain't friends no
it?
more. Like, it was kind of like that. So it was just, the story was moving, carrying on, and like you said, Kamara, Molly she got an Asian bae, which
Yeah.
was new territory for her, and she really found it hard to to really figure out how it was gonna work. And it was like, wow, Molly's actually being serious about someone for once. Like, I can't believe it, because she was in a new firm as well with all these black people, but
Mm-hmm.
then it turned out she didn't fit in as well as she thought she would. So it was just interesting to see her as well going through new stuff,
Exactly.
new
And I
struggles.
See, but
think
I feel like go on.
I was gonna say, so I think in regards to Andrew and Molly, like I think, like you said, like this was new territory. Like, look, she ain't been with an Asian baby yet, so
Mm.
this is new. And I think she had in her mind that she wanted that black love like her parents.
Yeah.
And I think Andrew, she was just kind of like, okay, well, Andrew's not that, but he's really cool. So, let me give it a try and see what this is all about. But I think she still had in her mind like she wants that. I think she just wants that black love, and that's fine
True.
if you want to have that black love. But at the same time, I feel like she does try this season. She tries to dip her toe. She tries something different, and I
Yeah.
respect that for her.
And Andrew's a good guy. Like,
Of
he's
course,
fun.
100%.
He's funny. He's cool. Like, he ain't trying to move too fast. Clearly, he was taking it very slow, and yeah, he was just
Exactly.
having fun. And it's good. Like, she had friends that were egging her on as well, because I think she really needed that.
See, I mean, I really hate Molly. I'm just gonna let you guys know. So now I feel like I can come with my true feelings about Molly. I mean, Andrew is a really, really good guy, yeah. And Molly now, she's got a lot of issues, and I feel like you really see it in this season because Andrew is chilling. Like,
Mm.
he's just met Molly, he's dating other women, like it's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
But obviously Molly doesn't like that because Molly's a bit like, dare I say, a control freak.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't like the fact that she's not in control and Andrew's in control. And that almost jeopardizes everything. Obviously, they work through it and all that. But yeah, I just feel like that really shows you the true side to Molly, and that she just throws things away, whether they're good, whether they're not good. As long as she's not in control of it, she don't like it. And
Yeah.
that's when I clocked, yeah, I don't like Molly. Sorry, I really don't like Molly. Don't worry, there's more to it. But when we discuss season 4, you'll really know why I don't
Yeah.
like Molly.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. Molly is a control freak, and I think her answer to everything is run away from the issue. Like, just leave it there and not deal with it, which is really bad because she's a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd think that she'd imply some of that, some of that consistency in pursuing things in her personal life. But again, she stopped going to therapy, which she shouldn't have done. And she's still judging Issa hardcore. Like, when Issa's coming up with this whole idea of the anti-gentrification street party that she's trying to do, Molly's just like side-eyeing her, like, is this really gonna work? Like, are you sure you can do this kind of thing? And I think that's
See?
when you realize Molly's position in that friendship. Yeah, she's just like not the most supportive.
Not at all. And I feel like this is relatable for some people, I guess, because I feel like it's not, I can't say for everyone, but I guess some people do have friends like that where they're not full, they're like, they're about it, but they're not like, when you really think about it, they're not really about it, innit? Like, they're not really about it. And like, you can see that with Molly, like, she's not, like, I think like you guys both stated, she's not as supportive as she makes herself seem. And I think that's what's scary, because it's like, rah, like, Issa's out here giving her idea, like, rah, I want to do this street party. It's going to be for the community. It's going to be for us. And just like kind of we vibes, we have music, it's going to be drinks, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, boom, boom, boom. And like Molly's just kind of like Kine said, like side-eyeing it. And it's just like, rah, okay. But it seems like everyone else was about it. And I think one person that was vital with pushing her to do it, I think, was probably Nathan. And I
Yeah.
think when she started to build that kind of relationship with Nathan, and I think he was just all about it. Like, he was just like, yeah, that sounds dope. Like, do it. And like, as you know, like Nathan's character, we kind of get introduced to him in when they go to Coachella to see Beyonce, and I think they meet there. And Nathan, to give some context, Nathan is like a barber, but he kind of doesn't have his own barber shop. He kind of just moves around. So he kind of, it basically, like, when you don't have a desk at work and you're hot desking, he's kind of doing that. So he kind of hot desk everywhere. He kind of takes pictures on his Instagram. He kind of posts. He's them pop up. He's a pop up barber, basically. And he's doing good things for himself, innit? Let's just say that he's
Yeah.
doing good things. He's got people he knows, and he really does support Issa. I think in this season, I feel like Nathan is his Molly. I
Mm.
don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, I think so. He was just like a consistent support that she needed because she wasn't really getting it from many other places. So I think when she realized that too, she kind of blocked Molly out a little bit more and let Nathan more in, which was good until Nathan disappeared off the
Yeah.
face of this earth. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't answering any calls. He wasn't replying to any messages. He wasn't. Was he? Did she know where he lived? I don't think he was there. He was just like gone, like he never existed. And
Exactly.
obviously Andrew's his friend, but Andrew wasn't saying nothing. And it was
Yeah.
just like, oh well, we move. Still things still gotta get
Exactly.
together.
But one
Still
thing I was gonna say is, obviously we find out why he disappears in season 4. We'll talk about it later.
yeah.
But there's a point where Issa's moving out of her current place because of gentrification. She has to move out now, so she's moving into a new place that she's gonna move in. And I think Nathan pops up,
Yeah.
and he comes with flowers. Obviously, trying, he wants to like talk to Issa and say to her, look, like I know I went ghost on you, but boom, boom, boom. Guess who turns up? I was gonna call her Molly May,
Wicked,
but she
wicked
ain't Molly
Betty.
May.
See?
Molly, and she goes and jeopardizes the whole thing. So she's like, you just disappeared on my girl Issa, and you know what? You can't talk to her. Boom, boom, boom. So
Get out of
obviously,
here.
exactly, get out of my pub. Um,
I mean, sorry to cut you. Let me ask you, like, how do you guys feel about that? Because I understand, your girl's got your back,
Mm,
but she just like jeopardized the potential, whole
yeah.
relationship, marriage, kids, and a long life of peace, prosperity, and love. So, how do you guys feel like if one of your girls did that to you? Is it something that you respect, or is it something that's like, bruv, why?
I think in the position of Molly, I understand like she was there when Issa was like proper sad about it and she was really stressed about it and she knew how much Nathan meant to Issa at that moment. And I don't think she meant it like it's a potential boyfriend kind of thing. I think she meant it to protect Issa, but also in Issa's perspective, I'm thinking you're too in my business. Like, just let me handle it. Let me do what I'm doing. I know who's good. Well, she doesn't, but I know what's right for me and I know what's wrong for me. Like, I'm a big woman. I'm like 30. Let me make my own mistakes. So it's a bit of a sticky one, isn't it? It's just a bit of a sticky one for me.
yeah, I agree with Kinney, and I think for me, I think I would be like how Issa is. Like I would have been pissed off because at the same time, yeah, but at the same time, like okay, yeah, he did ghost me, and I was calling him, and he didn't. He hasn't come back to me. But at the same time, you've kind of stopped me from finding out the reason. Obviously,
Mm,
she finds out the thing that's this is what's gonna piss me off, yeah, because she finds out the reason in season 4, innit? But if Molly didn't do that, she would have found out the reason very much sooner, and season 4 may have turned out very differently
yeah.
if she
Mm-hmm.
had found out at that time, because he was coming with flowers in it. So eventually he would have told her. My assumption is he was going to tell her like, look, obviously this seems like this is going well. I like you, you like me, I trust you, you trust me.
Yeah.
He may have been open to tell her at that point, but then here comes Molly, big and mighty, and stops halting.
Yeah, it's just all a mess. Like wrong place at the wrong time. Like Nathan came at the
Mm-hmm.
wrong time. If he didn't come
Hmm.
and bump into her, who would have known? But I think in like I said, in hindsight, it all worked out for the best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So because I,
Yeah,
The
no.
jury's still out there. The jury's still out
I
there.
think I think it did. But in this moment, that's when Issa's like, Molly, you gotta go. Like this, they ain't running no more. We ain't 16. Like it's not gonna work like this. And their friendship circle's kind of suffering as well because obviously they got their other friends, Kelly and Tiffany. And Tiffany's pregnant at this point, and she's still trying to catch up with everybody. Like at Coachella, she's still trying to have fun, but it's not the same, obviously, because you're the only one in your friendship circle that's settled. You got a husband, you got kids, you got a house. No, you're pregnant. Sorry, you got a house, and she's like, "Rah, like my life is changing just because of this. Like, guys, hello, I'm still here. Like, I still want to be in this bubble." And I think it's nice to see Issa comforting somebody else at that moment.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I do. I do rate Issa for that,
Mhm.
but I have to talk about my favorite. You
Everybody
know,
loves her.
and my favorite is Kelly. I mean, Kelly for me is the Doug from what's the movie? Oh, what's the movie where they Hangover?
Oh,
Kelly is like Doug from Hangover. She is just that friend that will get you fucked up. She'll slip a little side in the drink and you won't know it.
Kelly.
Or she might fight someone on your behalf. If she feels like they're looking at you wrong. Nah,
Mhm.
Kelly, honestly, Kelly's just lit, bruv. But I did feel sorry for Tiff because it is kind of like raw, like you man are still young, active, and enjoying. Like you're all in the same boat. Whereas me, like life is starting. Like I've got my man, my baby's coming soon. We've got our crib. I can't really be out here in Coachella with you, man, anymore. Like I got a you coming, fam. So I get it. Like it's they're in different places, like in their life, but it bees like that, man.
It happens. There's always going to be a first. So you
Mm-hmm.
just gotta take that. It's a win. It's not an L. Like it's a win. It's just hard to accept, and I guess it's
Yeah.
normal. But it's just crazy, like how she was like at Coachella, but she was like sleeping in the back, like in the corner, because you can't stay awake for the whole thing. Like go home, put your feet up, and watch it on YouTube. Like
That's it, bruv. That's it.
Yeah, it's
Or
not by
check their
force.
snaps, their Insta story. That's it.
exactly, it's not by force. But I think, do you know what makes me like? I feel like Kelly doesn't get a script. Like I feel like she just comes on set and improvises. Because the
Yeah.
stuff that she says, there's no way that Issa writes that down in the script. She is so funny. It's
She
unbelievable.
probably just says insert Kelly does something funny, insert lines here, and then Kelly just does it off the rip.
She's
Facts.
hilarious. Do you guys remember there was I can't remember if it was season 2 or season 3, yeah, where I think it's season 2, and they're at the party and she meets this guy and she's like proper hitting off the
Yeah.
guy and he fingers her under the table in a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
What? Only Kelly would do that.
Oh man.
She's
Yeah.
the best, and she's always getting guys. Like
Yeah,
she's
she get there.
100. She's active. She's
everywhere they are.
active.
She's just fun. Like I
Mm.
want Kelly in my life. She's fun.
Yeah, she's a bit of fun. And I think there's one, I don't know if it's season 2, maybe it might be season 2 as well, where Molly tells all the girls, Kelly, Issa, and Tiff, and she's like, oh yeah, at work, obviously the whole situation where her white counterpart is getting paid more money. And then she's like, yeah, that's why I always overtax them. Kelly was like, and then Molly's like, what? She goes for what's the word? For money for getting back
Reparation.
yeah,
That's
that's
it.
the word. She's like, for that, we got to get it for us, for our brothers and sisters. I was just like, mad thing. This girl's
No
proper
word of
saying
a
it,
lie.
and she's
No word of a lie.
got a
I
whole job in
love Kelly,
finance,
man.
and she's just saying that.
Innit?
But yeah, no, she's fun. I'm hoping that in the next season she gets a little bit more shine.
Yeah, we've been seeing more of
Mm.
her, which is nice. Especially like her and Issa's brother have banter for days. Like these don't
Yep.
hate. Like it's just so funny. I love Kelly, but
Mm.
there's a part in season 3 which was the light of the whole thing for me, where Issa goes into a shop after she's comforted Kelly in a car park, and who is in the supermarket? We have Lawrence, and I was just like, thank God for that, because I was not gonna be able to manage. I was trying to firm it, but I wasn't gonna manage without Lawrence in this show.
Yeah.
But
And
did you
don't
guys
they
think
give
he was
us?
gonna come back?
I was gonna say, don't you? Yeah, I was sorry, I just cut you in. But I was gonna say, don't they give us a little? They give us a little section where they show us all the things he's been doing since he's been
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
I thought that was really nice,
it
like a
was.
little glimmer.
He got his life together, man. He was
Mhm.
like in the gym. He was looking for a place to buy. Like he was seeing someone. It was progress. Like this was a completely different Lawrence from season 1, and we love to see it.
Listen, he's shining though. He's shining. And the thing is, when they bucked each other, I was thinking, Lawrence, flex on her, brother. Flex. When I mean flex, just whatever she picks up, just be like, oh, it's all right. I got it. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'll pay for it. Just flex on her for no reason and then cut. Don't even ask her how she's doing. Don't ask for a number, nothing. you have to remember, yeah, she cheated on you, my man.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta flex. But I can't lie, I was like Kenny said, happy to see him.
Mm.
Because it was a bit weird not seeing him. It was
Mhm.
a little bit
A
weird.
main
So
character, you know.
that's what I'm saying. Like it came very late, but we appreciate that he was in it.
I think Issa was like, "Oh, you're still alive," like
In it. And it's like, oh shit, blast from the past, boy.
exactly. And you know when you see someone who you don't really talk to, and you gotta act like you're interested in what they've been doing, so you're like, "Oh, you're right. What you been up to? I ain't seen you in a while." Like, but you really want them to
Oh
be saying
man.
they've been struggling, they can't breathe without you, they can't sleep without you.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah.
I wanted.
That's what you hope, but they're never
Yeah.
gonna say that.
So he's like, "You
Mm-mm.
see the shine on my skin, girl? I'm fine." Like he was
That's it.
enjoying. He was enjoying.
Fresh trim, everything, fam.
Exactly. I found out his friend's name is Chad, and Chad is like the Kelly in Lawrence's life. I think this
Yeah,
guy's like,
Oh
basically.
yeah.
he's like, be a bachelor, enjoy yourself, do what you want to do, do it because I can't do it. That's what he was saying.
Literally, let's go to the strip club.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you got a wife at home.
I'm sorry for his
Like,
wife.
and then we also meet Condola in this season.
Yes.
Sticky.
It's mad because when we meet her, obviously becomes Issa's PR. And they're getting on like a house on fire. Like, forget Molly. Molly who? Condola was filling them shoes. They were getting along, they were joking, they were bantering. She even started telling her, I'm seeing this guy. And you're like, okay, new friendship, that's nice. Lo and behold.
It's your ex.
Yo, listen, that was the perfect ending to the season because it was like, right, yeah, Lawrence is back. Yes, sick. And then it's like, okay, all right, Issa's replaced Moody Molly. Excellent. Things are going well, fam. And then boom, Condola
Girl. Oh, sorry.
and Lawrence are linking.
Yeah. It was just nice, like, because it's like, so what are you gonna do now? You found a new best friend, but she's with your ex. Like,
It's
what are you
peak.
gonna do? And then you found a potential wifey, but she's best friends with your ex. Like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, would that be a problem for you lot?
Yep.
Really?
I think it's
If your
crazy.
female best friend was friends with your ex?
I've had that
Wait.
already.
Female
mad.
best friend. No, sorry. If your female friend
We'll
is
see.
dating your ex, that's
Yeah, I've lived through that already, so and I was fine
Oh
with it
God.
because I
Damn.
didn't like him that much anyway, so it was fine.
Okay, but
I mean that's bad.
in this case though, like Lawrence and Esau had history.
5 years deep.
They lived together. Like, this wasn't a little romance. Like, it wasn't a little
Mm-hmm.
thing. This was a proper whole relationship. Issa even had a flipping flash, like, memory of them having kids and stuff. Like, so I think it would be an issue because you can't look past it. You can't
Yeah.
get over it.
I was gonna say, I think she was trying to be the bigger person, though, innit? Like when she
Mhm.
saw it, she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, she really likes Condola, so she's probably thinking, bruh, like, do I say something? Do we say something or do we not?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it. Let's see how far this friendship kind of goes,
Yeah.
and then we can kind of say something." So yeah, can you guys see me?
Nope.
No.
But I think it's a thing where it's business as well. It's not even like just friendship. It's business, and their business is working well. So you kind of just have to look past that for the meantime until
True.
the business part of things are done. Then you figure out if you can really be friends. I don't think it would work in the long run. I can't even lie, because it ended sour. Like, it wasn't even like a good ending. Like, you cheated on
Nope.
it.
Like that was it. It's
Exactly.
like
And I think in Lawrence's position as well, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't encourage them to be friends.
not
I
at all.
wouldn't either.
I'll be like, listen, if you're my current bae, you can't be friends with my ex bae that cheated on me. Because whatever was going through her mind when she cheated on me, she's gonna try and put that in your mind. That's it. I'm not having it. Not having it.
Toxic, man. It's toxic. But
100%.
California must be real small because it was just like, yeah. But I really liked Condola in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I liked her for Lawrence in the beginning. I mean, she was very honest. She had a divorce and all this stuff, and they were moving at the right place. And she was at a good level with him as well. There was no stress. He was doing good. Like, the guy was flourishing in his tech world. Like, he was high in demand. So It was good for him at that time. I didn't want him and Issa to be together at that time. Can't lie.
Yeah, he said. I mean, since she cheated on him, I've been Team Lawrence. Like that's it. Like there's no convincing me otherwise. I've been Team Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's just that.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think I wanted them to get back together. To be honest with you, I kind of just wanted Lawrence to do his thing and Issa to do their thing, and I was kind of for Issa. I was Team Nathan because I felt like he brought something different. And I feel like he did push her to pursue stuff that she may have not pursued before. So I was all about Team Nathan, like Team Nathan and Issa and Nathan. Obviously, I'm still Team Lawrence, but Lawrence without Issa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was still Team Lawrence, and I wanted Lawrence to be like flourishing, and I wanted him to be good, just like how he is right now. Like, he's on high demand, like Kine said. But I think for me, for Issa, I saw Nathan as that. Yeah, when he reappeared and he was confessing, and I was like, rah, and he finally told her, and I was like, rah, and then boom, Lawrence.
Oh wait, season 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was quite wild when
Yeah.
Nathan reappeared again.
Yeah, just popping up.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it at all.
Neither was I.
I was over Nathan at that point.
Same, but
Yeah, I was kind of like, who's this brother again? Oh, yeah, that's it. It's the cab guy, the guy that was in the cab.
She was still driving Lyft as well. Oh, but it was good because you could see that Issa was happy in what she was doing as well, like with the whole street party that she was putting together. Like you could see it was a passion of hers, and it kept her going.
Yeah.
Like, it was balanced between all the stresses that were going on, and like Molly, yeah, it was just like everything's about Molly, and it really annoyed me at this point. I think this is where I was like, yeah, this girl, I don't like her that much. Like, when she was trying to get all these investors to be invested in the street party, she had this massive thing and it was going so well. And Molly's just there like sourpuss talking about, Andrew said he's seen other people. Okay, but I'm in the middle of something. Like, can this conversation not wait until after my investors are invested? Like, it was just a lot.
But this is what I mean about Molly. Like, she's very self-centered, right? And already, the whole Nathan thing that happened, and Molly was still moving. Like, she didn't really understand where Issa was coming from with that whole Nathan thing. And then, like you said, Issa's about to do something that she's been dreaming about. Like, she's been chasing this dream, and it's something that something that she's just passionate about. But you're here talking about next man, and like, it's, for me, there's so many times during each of these seasons that Molly has proven where her friendship lies with Issa, or where she rates a friendship with Issa.
Yeah.
And also, we can't forget the security guard.
Oh my god. Ethan's TSA day. That shocked me. I feel like it was the opening scene or something like that, man. I was just like, huh?
Quentin.
I liked him though. I liked him. He was.
I liked him.
I don't think Issa enjoyed herself, but he enjoyed himself.
Yeah, Bruv, he was. It's like you lot said, in it, new season, new bay, in it. So
always a new
Issa
bay.
starts with Quentin. That's it. She starts with Quentin this time.
Yeah, it was free security at her thing as well, even though he was so rubbish.
Absolutely rubbish. Oh, another thing was that obviously now Issa's obviously, besides working on the festival idea that she's been working on, she's also a landlord to a new complex. So you got remember the black woman and her son, and she's like, we got no hot water, and she's like, well, just turn it on. She's like, what? Yeah,
they were stressing Issa, right? Even at the event, she was just there making bare noise, and Issa's like, this is not the time, this is not the place.
Yeah,
it was just too funny. But that TSA bay was hilarious. I 100%. Liked it. Like,
the thing is, it's just wild. Like, you think she went from Lawrence
Daniel.
to Daniel, and then to Nathan, and then to TSA Bay. Like, come on, bro.
He was so cute.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he was good vibes, isn't it? He was good vibes.
He was.
But she was just, yeah, she was just getting it in. That's all it was
Yep.
for her, boy.
I think Issa's motto is "I'm here for a good time, not a long time." So just
Definitely.
enjoy everything that comes my way.
She lives by it, boy.
Yeah. And then
100%.
Andrew, like, what's her name? Molly's still with Andrew, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm surprised that lasted that long.
Me too. But everyone has their match, and I think he was just really good at keeping her where she needed to be kept, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna control me. Like, when she was like, yeah, I'm still seeing other people, you ain't seeing other people, she's like, yeah, I am, but she wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
she wanted to be official and everything. Like, it was good. Like, I was happy that she had someone disciplining her because she needed the discipline.
Mm.
100%.
Yeah, because it got a bit sticky as well when what was it, Kamara? They went on holiday, or did they with the brother?
They went
Yeah,
to
so they
Mexico.
go, I think, yeah, they go to Mexico. So Andrew, Molly, and Andrew's brother and wife, they all go to Mexico. And bear in mind, they've never met Molly. Molly hasn't met them. So now they go on holiday, and boy, it just goes left. I understand Molly's reasoning for why it had gone left, but I feel like how she approached it went 100%. It just wasn't right. You're like, how can I explain? Maybe one of you guys can explain better, but I just think it went left real quick.
It's a thing where he was
Yeah.
just pushing buttons the whole time. Like,
Mhm.
he was just saying things that didn't need to be said. He was treating Andrew in a way that she didn't feel comfortable. He was just making jokes that were not really funny or appropriate. And then it got to the point where, how are you trying to tell me not to be offended by something that offends me? And I think that's when she got really defensive. Like, she wanted to get a towel from someone. I can't even remember the full story word for word, but she wanted to get a towel. This person wasn't being nice. And then he came out of nowhere, like, calm down, why are you talking to them like that? Move. If you're not going to help me, move out of the way. Like, don't try to tell me to calm down. And then it just went all the way left when he was just like, oh, you're trying to make this about race and it ain't about race. I hate when people do that. Like, don't tell me not to be offended by something that's offending me.
But that's the thing, and it's like you can't like it for me. Again, even though I don't like Molly, so naturally I'm not gonna side with her. But on this occasion, I was like, okay, valid point, because she asked for the towel in the hotel. There was like, look, we can't give you a towel unless you got a room key. But then after he comes with his room key, and then gets the towel for her, a lady behind her, a white lady, so happened to be, just
No
gets the
room key.
towel, no room key. So obviously for me, I'm like, nah, look, Molly's got a point here. Like, she definitely got a point. But for him to now turn around and be like, yeah, you're overreacting, it's like, okay, you haven't lived in my shoes, so you can't tell me I am overreacting
Exactly.
when, like, you can't confirm that you've got the same experiences as me. But I mean, it's like Kamara said, she could have handled it better,
Yeah.
as in the argument with the brother, but the argument with the lady handing the towel, she had every right.
She deserved to
Every
be
right,
angry
bruv.
at her.
That's it, bruv.
In
That's
my
it.
face, and you're going to
Every
be doing
right.
that in my face. And then now I'm the angry black
Exactly.
woman. Bruv.
Nah,
It's
exactly.
long.
It is long.
But I mean, because of all of that, it starts to show the cracks in her relationship with Andrew, innit?
Yeah. But Andrew, like, the good, I don't know if it's a good thing, but he never really showed to his brother, like, oh, you're right, like, Molly's acting crazy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was glad that it was behind closed doors, because the brother would have just gone times 10. Like, it would have just been too
That's
much.
it.
She would have had to put hands on him or something, because he was crazy. So I'm glad, and like I said before, it's like, she met her match. He was definitely more firm than she was used to. So then she realized, like, rah, Andrew, do you know who I am? Kind of thing. But he didn't care. He was like, do you know who I am? Kind of thing. And also, she was more stressed at this point because her and Issa were not friends, basically, because of the whole Condola situation. Because Issa was cool with Condola being with Lawrence, and then she invited Condola to a meal with her and Molly, and it was like, why is this girl here? Like, why are they laughing?
Yeah, that was mad techie. Mad techie.
I think
Molly was moving jealous.
Yeah, but I don't know why Issa did that as well. Because when I was watching, I was thinking, you already know how she feels about the whole thing. Like, why are you trying to
Yeah,
make
and
her friend?
also, and I was going to say, and also, this was supposed to be a lunch between A and B. C didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny how Canola is actually C, but C didn't need to be in this equation at the time. So I think, yeah, it was a bit of a, yeah, it was a bit techie still.
Yeah, it was. I'd hate to have been in that situation. I think I would have gone home.
I would have been like, oh, do you know what? Something's actually come up,
Yeah,
and I've
I would
got
have
to
gone home.
go.
I would have gone home. I don't know why Condola didn't realize as well. I would leave.
Yeah, I would have. If I was in the guard,
Yeah.
I would have been there. I would have been like,
In it.
oh, I'll just quick grab a little something. I'll sit with you guys while I wait for my food, and then I'll go, kind of
Yep.
thing.
No, but it was definitely Issa's fault because Issa was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, come along." And Condola's like, "You sure?" She's like, "Yeah, listen, it's only Molly." And it's like, bruv, did you check with Molly before you invited unknown people, bruv?
But do you
You're
think she
like,
did that because it was already feeling a bit tense anyway because of the whole Nathan situation? Because I feel like
yeah,
that's what kind of started everything to go, made the relationship a bit rocky. And I feel like maybe she just didn't want to be around her by herself at that time. So she was just
I
like,
think
oh,
so.
Condola,
I think so.
come,
She
come.
just wanted a third party there, but it wasn't the right person to. Yeah.
But then, so yeah, so obviously in the midst of all of this, we also have, as we've mentioned multiple times, Issa's trying to do a festival for the community. And obviously, she wants to have, it's supposed to be a music festival, bringing all the different cultures, the LA vibe, the whole thing. So obviously, she wants to get LA artists, she wants to get known artists. And obviously, Condola at the time is helping her as her PR to kind of bring in those people. However, Molly, obviously her best mate Molly's man is obviously, I think he works in the music industry. So Andrew
Yeah.
works in the music industry. So she basically approaches Molly and says, "Oh, can you give me Andrew's number so I can talk to him, and or can you holler at Andrew, let him know that I'm doing this thing and if he knows anyone." So obviously Molly now, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to get involved. I want to have business with my man. So that's the end of it. So Molly's so Issa's kind of like, oh, okay, well, if you're not going to help me, so who does she go to? She goes to Nathan, who Nathan is best friends with Andrew. So that's the next best deal. So she goes, and I think that also rekindles their relationship as well because she reaches out to Nathan to get in contact with Andrew and, get some connects and all that kind of stuff. So I feel in this situation, obviously Molly gets upset. We later find out that Molly gets upset with Issa for another thing now because she had actually reached out to Andrew, even though apparently, air quotes, apparently she had said that she didn't want to get involved, but she never clearly said that. So do you agree with Molly, or what's your thoughts on that?
It was all. It was all just anger. Like, I feel like she could have helped her because this was something she's been working on for 2 seasons now. Hello. Like, it was something that was really important. Like, it would have made a big difference in the way the event was going to go. So, whatever you're going through with Issa, you can see that Issa's not taking anything out on you. She's not, well, she's treating her a bit different, but it's not like to the point where you're like, I want her to fail. That's what it looked like. It just looked like, I don't care what you're doing, how it goes, if you're successful at it, da 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 da. And I think Molly was wrong. Or she could have just said,
I
I don't want
agree.
to be in between. You speak to Andrew.
Facts. And that's exactly what I was gonna say because, like, again, with Molly, right? I feel like she had issues going on with Andrew, and it was one of those vibes where it was like, okay, look, like Issa, you're calling me, we're not really on the greatest of pages, but you're calling me and you're asking me for a favor. Little do you know, I'm having problems in my relationship and I need someone to talk to. But Issa don't know that. So you can't take it out on Issa. So what she really should have done is exactly what Kine said and just been like, look, I personally don't want to, because I would have done this. I would have been like, I don't want to get involved. However, you fully have my permission to go and chat to my girl and organize if they can get you an artist or whatever, because then that's you lot's business. That's no longer my business because no one can then come and chat nonsense to me and be like, oh, you was meant to send off this email. No, none of that. But I mean, for me, it's yeah, like I just feel like Molly could have, acted a bit different, or maybe dealt with the situation properly or in a different way again, like we keep seeing.
Yeah.
100%.
So
I agree with you guys on that. I just think she could have just approached it much better than what she did. And I just don't understand. I feel like this is where I got a bit. I wasn't sure about Molly because it was a bit like, rah, like you don't want your friend to win. Like I know you guys aren't talking, but at the end of the day, you know she's doing a music festival. You know your man works in the music industry. Wouldn't like, but then that shows how everyone's very different, because if that was like, for example, now if Kine said to me she was doing a music festival and from off the rip I would have been done, and Andrew was my man, I done would have been like, you should be talking to Andrew, let me give you Andrew's number, he knows artists, you never know, you guys can collab, obviously I won't get involved, but do you know what I mean, like she knows that her man works in this industry, he gets good money from it and he knows people, and you can see your friend trying to do a festival and then you get upset when someone else is helping her, which is Condola. You're not helping her. In any fact, you're getting upset. Like, what more do you want from me, Molly? Like, what more do you want? Like, please educate me on this.
It was just unnecessary
yeah,
drama. Like Andrew, at the end of the day, didn't even have an issue with any of it. So
Exactly.
why were you so upset?
that's it.
Like to the point where you're arguing with me at my event, like I'm on cloud nine and you're here trying to bring negativity and fight me in the middle of. Are you serious? Like, was it that deep?
I'll tell you what, though, it was sad to see the deterioration of their friendship.
100%.
Like, over the course of the last few seasons, it was like you could feel it coming. So then when season 4 hit, and it was like, boom, full blown, them man ain't talking no more. Even when like Molly was in the Ethiopian shop and then Issa was about to walk in and then she clocked and she was like, nah, brother, I'm not doing it. Like, that was political. But even before that, if you guys remember, when Issa tried to make amends, and I think they were having like a games night or something, and then Molly accidentally texts Issa instead of Andrew, basically saying, yeah, like, I'm trying with this Issa girl, innit? And when Issa got that text, she was like, nah,
Well,
cuz
innit?
I'm out.
No,
I'm out.
that's a
But
slap.
this is why I don't like Molly, bruv.
It's a slap
Exactly.
in the face because you're there laughing and smiling like, oh my god, it feels like old times. Like, and then you get a text like, you see, I'm trying, huh? Trying.
Fake friend, bro.
Exactly.
Fake friends.
It was all a mess.
Fake friends.
It was just a headache, like, and Issa was really trying to be the bigger person for the longest as well. Like, it was so unfair.
Yeah, and I think she just gave up in the end because she was just kind of like, what is she doing? And I think that's the problem. I feel like Molly's so used to people giving in to her bullshit. That's the best way I can explain it. Her bullshit. And she doesn't actually reflect on what she did wrong. And I think this is where I was hoping that her going to the therapist, the black woman as well, the black therapist, I was hoping that she would be able to internalize and reflect on the kind of stuff that she was doing, because she does it with Andrew. She's been doing it with Issa for a very long time. So I was quite surprised that she hadn't realized that she's the one jeopardizing all of these relationships, not anyone else. It's her. So
She's in denial.
100%.
And I think the problem is because when we see her with her family, that was meant to be the one stable thing in her life, but her dad cheated on her mum like previously, and it just like ruined her whole vibe. I think it contributed to everything, and she's just a really unforgiving person. Like, even the person that's affected has moved on, and you're still here, like
in your feelings, innit?
and trying to fight the person. Like, we've all moved on, we're all cool now, and you're still trying to argue. So it's just a very difficult person. But I just always, the only reason why I don't hate her 100% is because I genuinely feel like she doesn't do anything intentionally to spite someone. Like, she thinks that she's doing what's best, but it's just so wrong.
Yeah, and I think that's probably where she kind of I think people give her saving grace on that, because it's like she is trying to be a good friend. She's trying to be, she wants to be that friend that's there. but I feel like she just got so much more lessons to learn. And
100%.
just, boy, I just hope that the next season she really, she really reflects on these things, because yeah,
Boy,
if she carries on this way, boy, she ain't gonna have no
no
friends.
friends in it.
But 100%. But I actually wanted to say, so also in this season we have Lawrence and Issa rekindle their flame, and yeah, they hit off, and as they do their best, they do their thing, and
The
they really
boom boom room.
rekindle exactly in the boom boom room, and they just rekindle, and it's just, I don't know about you guys, but I was smiling, like I was like, "Rah," like it's back to like this kind of, it felt like back to where we started, where they were all loved up. Obviously in the beginning, that was the first thought that we saw. There was like a strong black couple, all loved up, and it was just nice to kind of see them reconnect, but they're both at different points of their life, where like Lawrence is actually doing something with his life. He's very good at what he's doing now. He's left the company that he was at now, and now I think he's doing it independently. Guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And Issa's doing her independent thing, doing her festivals, doing the music thing, and it's like they're meeting each other again in some sense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Lawrence, yeah, he must have been looking up like, God, you really done a good one for me here, boy. Because let's not forget, yeah, Lawrence was bummy, yeah, man was scrawny, man had no trim, and then he got cheated on, yeah. Season 4 is a complete 360.
Yeah.
Man's got a fresh trim, yeah, man's got a couple pecs and packs going on, yeah. Then he's dating Condola and he's flexing on Issa
Yep.
and he's popping like in the industry. He's popping. So naturally, he's feeling himself. And then Issa's seeing this and he's liking it, you know. And then they get to talking, and you know them ones where you start reminiscing with an ex. It's dangerous territory, man. It's
Oh,
dangerous because that reconnects them. And I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, because Condola's a good woman for him,
yeah.
but I think he gets a bit thrown off by Condola. I think, is it that she doesn't want kids or she
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
want a family?
She doesn't
She
want to
doesn't want
fight.
to
Yeah,
have
that's why
kids.
she got a divorce in the first place. Like one of her
That's
friends
it.
gets drunk at some little house party
Yes,
thing, and then she
the
spills the beans.
party.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
at that
because
point, I was thinking, so you lot really never had this conversation, and you're moving like this,
in it,
like it really didn't come up, kind of thing. So I think once him and Condola broke up, I was like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I just know
100,
that they're gonna find each other
100.
again. But I like the way they did it. It wasn't a thing where they literally just leaped into it. These lot were dating again. Like they were going
Mm.
out again, hanging out again, joking, getting to know each other. Um, and then Nathan came back briefly. And then he came in and he was like, but then I mean he had to explain himself. Obviously the guy had depression, and it took a lot for him to even come and say something like that to
Mm.
Issa. And she was not, I mean, Issa's a nice person anyway. She was nice about it, but then it was like, please don't get back with Nathan. Please don't get back with Nathan. Because she was
Didn't
Yeah,
he
like,
have
nah,
bipolar? Didn't they
that's
say
it.
that he
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah, yeah,
bipolar?
yeah, yeah,
He got diagnosed and he became depressed because he found out during the
yeah.
time that he ghosted. Well, by the time it got real with Issa,
Issa.
I think he got diagnosed with bipolar, and that put him in depression, and that's why he ghosted. But
Mm.
Yeah.
obviously, Andrew at the time couldn't tell Molly, because obviously that's his business. So I think that's also another reason why Molly got upset with Andrew. But he was just like, look, that's none of your business. That's none of my business to be telling.
At this point, Andrew was just like, do you know what, Molly? I need space.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
Yeah,
pissed
Bun
off.
Molly, bro. Bun Molly, man. Get with Kelly.
exactly.
Bun Molly.
Innit? 100%.
Exactly. Like,
Bro.
he was just like, do you know what, Molly? The drama's a lot. I just need a break. And she's like, like she didn't understand what's going on. But it's you.
Mm.
Like, you're the problem. The common denominator. Like, see it for
Always.
yourself. But I think there was that episode as well when Tiffany ran away from home. Like she was
Yeah.
struggling with motherhood
Oh,
because her baby was just
yeah.
crying, and her husband was actually really nice, like getting along, helping, doing everything, but she couldn't handle it. She went missing. That's when I think Issa and Molly saw each other again after the whole argument and fight at the street party. And I think it was nice to show. Well, not, it wasn't a happy situation, but it was just good that they put their issues aside to be there for their friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a sense of maturity that Molly lacks. So it was good. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
interesting. Like they just tap into so many different things that people really be going through in real life.
Mhm.
And it's nice to see it's not like dramatized in a way where it's like alien. It's like real life issues
Mm. Mm.
that people can relate to. So I think that was really good. The only thing that pissed me off again about Molly was, you know, the part when they were at Tiffany's house meeting the baby, and then Lawrence was talking to Issa, and she's looking out the window like, here we go again, like the same kind of thing. And your
Judgy.
business, you don't know what they're talking about. Mind your business.
That's it.
Mind
Like,
your business.
but at the end, you know, they sit down and they chat about things, and hopefully whatever Issa had to say.
They don't become friends again. Oh, sorry. I thought that's what you were gonna
Bad
say.
thing.
I think Molly needs Issa.
Yeah,
feel like
but
Molly
Issa don't
needs
need
Issa,
Molly.
yeah. That's exactly what I was
Issa
gonna
don't
say.
need Molly.
She don't need her.
I think Molly realised that.
Yeah, and that's why she's coming crawling back, because she ain't got no Andrew,
Exactly.
and Issa's living her high life. Her event was a success.
Got her
Nah,
main
Bun
bag.
Molly, fam.
It's
Bun
just-
Molly.
I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do next, because everybody in the world hates Molly, and everybody in the world hates Condola.
Exactly.
Wow.
Bomb
I
shot.
mean, it's not really her fault, though.
No,
Innit?
it's
You can
both
play
their
that
fault,
game.
but it's mad because it was ending so nicely. Like it was literally in the last minutes of the episode. So you're like, oh, these are all happy. All of it's like pushed in the past. Then Lawrence gets a phone call like, I need to see you. And then he goes to Condola's house. What do you know? The girl's pregnant. And it's like when things were working out.
Fam.
Mhm.
And the worst part is she's like, anyways, I don't need you if you don't want it. I can do this on my own. I'm not gonna have a child wandering around right next door to me, and I'm gonna act like I don't know that they exist, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So who knows what Issa's gonna do? Just gotta be
I
stepmom.
felt I felt for Lawrence. I
Me
can't lie, because fam, like man's living the good life now, isn't it? He's living the good life, and then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, I got caught up in the trap.
Yeah.
Damn, Lawrence, man, you almost had it all, man.
Yeah. But you can't have it all.
Exactly. This is life. It's real life, isn't it? These things happen, innit? But I also
That's it.
think from Issa's point of view, I actually felt really bad for her, because it was kind of like they've actually rekindled. Like this is potential. Like this is how she wanted it to be originally, and now it's kind of they've both grown. I think they needed to grow separately. I think that needed to happen for them to grow, to come back together. And I think they've come back together like much more mature, fresh minded. They've kind of got their own goals. I don't think they had their own goals at the beginning. So like they actually have their own goals and motivations. And yeah, baby Condola come through. And yeah, I don't really know what Issa's gonna do, because Issa's a wild card sometimes. You know, obviously she done some wild things in season 1 and 2, in it. Like she gone stayed with her situationship's house. So I don't know, anything's possible. She may stay with him, she may not. And I think that's something. I think they left us on a good cliffhanger for us to for them to open it up next season and see like where they're gonna go with this. Like, does Issa want to be a stepmom?
It's mad.
Does she want to kind of does she want to be a stepmom to, and like and don't forget, I think that's what I'm saying, maybe not, and it's not going to be the same experience for her, innit? Because she's not going to be his first, like that's not going to be their first baby. It's going to be his second, her first. So it's it's a bit of a techie situation.
It's no one's fault, really and truly. They were together, so it's a headache, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I feel like Issa's going to do some more rapping in the mirror, get some new truths, because the mirror talks right now. So we'll see what happens, but it's a headache for Lawrence. If anything, I feel sorry for Lawrence, because I feel like he really deep down always wanted Issa back anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
And now he feels worthy to be with her, and then bloody baby's on the way. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited. Like, it was very nicely left open, because I did not expect it at all.
Yeah, that was like, what? No, oh
Baby.
no, and then it just ends.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh, now I've got to wait a whole nother year for another season. Damn it.
2021. You gotta wait.
And you know, they like to hold out on these new seasons.
Yeah, it will be late 2021.
21, that's what
Like,
I'm
bruv,
thinking.
come on, bruv. Like,
When you
give
forgot
it
what
to us.
happened.
Innit?
Exactly. Got to refresh your mind on that.
I
But
was
actually,
gonna
there's one
say,
thing I...
oh, sorry, go on.
Go on.
No, I was just gonna say my last thing on Issa and Lawrence. I feel like they're a classic case of the right person but wrong time.
Yeah.
Constantly,
100%.
like constantly, because they are each
Yep.
other's like person. Like I can say that 100%. But the universe is just like throwing curveballs at them, and if you're really meant to be with that person, then you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it will always come back. It
Yeah.
will always come back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hopefully, they don't do anything wild though. But yeah, I was gonna also say side note outside of this show, but one thing I've actually obviously side note apart from these characters, but it's part of the show. One thing I did want to mention is the TV shows in Insecure. They always make me
Oh
laugh. So in
my
season 4, we have SZA as the main character. So the TV show is it finding
What's her
Letitia
name?
or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. And we've got Scissors, the main character of in the show. In Insecure, there's a show on the TV show. There's a TV show that they watch in Insecure, and in season 4, it was surrounding a missing girl that goes missing, and they're kind of doing like a detective to find out who she is. And the main character in that show is Scissor, the singer Scissor. And then the parents is one's Candy from known from Real Housewives
No.
and also from Escape. And I think there's like a few other characters. Ray J's in it as well.
Yeah. It was just
Um,
they
just wild.
randomly do that, and you're like, huh? Because before they did one that was a spin off of, well, like a spoof of Scandal, and it was just like, what is happening
Yep.
here?
I remember that one.
And I think the one before that was something else, and it had Regina Hall in it. Not
Yeah.
Regina Hall, the other Regina, the one
Regina
from Scary
King.
Movie.
Yeah. Oh, Regina.
Is it Regina Hall?
Yeah,
it's
that's Regina Hall.
not.
Regina
Yeah,
Hall.
Regina
Regina
King's
King
the other
from
one.
Watchmen, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I
Nah,
love the show.
that's
so well.
genius.
Damn.
That's genius. Issa Rae's a really good writer, all in all. She's a
100.
very good writer. So
100.
I'm excited for season 5. I hope it doesn't finish yet though.
Oh, hopefully not.
I think it
Ooh, I
might.
don't know. Yeah, I think it might. Season 5, I think they might
Yeah.
just close it off. But either way, excited, man. It's 1 to 4 has been brilliant. So yeah, I'm just keen for season 5 still.
Yep. To think it all started from a YouTube thing. A
Exactly.
YouTube series.
Wow.
But yeah, okay, one last question. Which character would you like to be up Molly in season 5?
Oh. Oh, don't tempt me.
I
Beat
feel
up
like-
Molly.
Yeah, because Molly needs some sense knocked into her. I think Kelly would do the job, bruv.
Listen, I was gonna say, get Kelly in front of Molly. Let Molly chat nonsense to Kelly, and we will see. We will see a new Molly. I'm telling you.
It's just
Oh man.
Kelly's the one. Kelly's the truth one, so I agree.
She'll tell
100
us some home truths.
Mm-hmm.
all day, every day.
Tell her.
Of course, 100%.
But cool, that was Insecure, which obviously we all love. The representation, the storyline, the twists and turns, the ups and downs, the explicitity of it all. We love Insecure. We definitely need more shows like Insecure. I think the UK is slowly, surely getting there, maybe. So hopefully we get more of that. I mean, listen, 2020 has been a big year for us. So hopefully we'll have more storytellings of everyday stories. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Rocks on Netflix, but it's really good.
Someone told me about that today.
It's literally real life story. Like, these girls go to a girls' school. Kamara, you would love it. They go to a girls' school and it's literally like school. And things happen. Like, it's outside of like Top Boy vibes kind of thing. Like, this is like stuff that we would live kind of thing. So
like
it was
real
really,
life.
yeah,
Like real life
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Like,
okay,
so we definitely need more of that. And it's Black History Month, so I'm glad that we did this on the last day of Black History Month.
Amen.
So yeah, for the culture.
Oh man.
That is all for episode 9. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Be sure to subscribe everywhere, comment, like, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and we will be with you guys on the next one.
Bye guys.
Peace.
Feel free to join in the conversation on social media at the Binge Pod UK.